Everyone, today I want to be doing a video talking about bringing concert films back to physical media. This was so much more fun when you could actually own your concert films, your favorite concert films on physical media, and you actually have something to touch and something to hold, and artwork and a booklet with photos and the cover and the back cover, maybe a photo insert on the inside. And now they just throw them up on streaming and they lock them to a contract. And when that contract is up, they just remove it, which is awful because the artists they put so much work into these concert films, and the directors and everything and all the people involved. You should want these concert films to be viewed for decades and centuries to come, even when you're long gone and the next generation wants to watch this stuff. It should be available. I understand that I don't understand why they can't do both. I get the streaming exclusivity, that's fine. If it has exclusivity to a streaming service, that's fine, but I don't understand why they can't put it on physical media as well. Do both, have it on streaming exclusive, but still do a physical media release, or have it as a streaming exclusive for a certain amount of time and then you do a physical media release. But to just, when the contract is expired, they just take them down, and the artist still doesn't do a physical media release. I feel like it's very bad for business, and it's just awful not to be able to watch your favorite, concert films whenever you want. And, we know physical media is the king of picture and sound, so we would like to have these concert films in the best picture and sound, because streaming picture and sound is, very compressed. And, Blu-ray is the best quality that you can get into your home. And, I thought that when 4K Blu-ray came out, I was excited. I thought, we're going to get concert films on 4K Blu-ray. And, it had me so excited. But, now that, streaming is out, they're just throwing them up on there, and that's just it. And I really just wish they would just go back to this, and something you could touch, feel, and hold, and actually own. You don't, when it comes to digital, you don't actually own that stuff. You just paying for a license to stream it, and they don't give you a file like they do with music. With music, you actually get a file that you can put on all of your music devices. You can back it up and whatever that you want to do. And I don't understand why they can't do that with, with other digital media as well. So I just feel like they need to go back to this. This was way more fun, and you just felt more secure. Like, when you actually have physical media, something you can touch and hold, you feel more secure than just having digital, something they can just, take away. As long as the disc remains intact, and as long as you're alive, you own this media. So I just really wish we would go back to these. So companies that do these concert films, if you're watching this, if you're listening, please go back to doing concert films on physical media. And, do both. Do streaming and physical media. The streaming exclusivity, I don't really like when they do streaming exclusivity, but that's not really the problem here. The problem is they never do any physical at all with a streaming exclusive. Like, it can be a streaming exclusive, but do physical as well, because this is what we want. And literally nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for them to just say, let's not put concert films on physical media anymore. Let's just lock them to streaming services, and then when the contract expires, let's just remove them. Who asked for this? Nobody asked for this. The people did not speak and say that this is what they wanted. They kind of just forced it upon us. But, it's still not too late. It can go back to this. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Bringing concerts back to physical media. Bring concert films back to physical media. So thank you all for watching and listening. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you everyone for liking, subscribing, and all of that. And thank you all so much. And I'll see you in my next video.